You know, it doesn't take much to scare me, but for real horror movie fans, they just cannot get enough of the genre. In recent years, scary flicks have been racking in big bucks at the box office. Here with a list of must-see movies is our friend, Mr. Mark Ellis, Rotten Tomatoes correspondent and co-host of the Rotten Tomatoes is Wrong podcast. Hi, Mark.
Hi, OG. I wish I was in studio with you this morning. I want to try some of that pumpkin bread French toast.
I just put it in the freezer for you.
I'm on my way.
It'll keep. It keeps. But Mark, the last time we saw you, we're talking baseball movies, correct?
That's correct. And now, yeah.
You're currently on your comedy tour, which is the opposite of scary movies.
I'm telling jokes, I'm making people laugh, and then I'm giving them recommendations to get scared once they get back home, too. I really like to come full circle with my recommendations.
Because that's how Mark rolls, everyone. That's how he rolls. So are you a horror movie fan before we get into this? Do you like them? As a comedian, do you like horror movies?
I love horror movies, OG, but here's the thing. I'm like you. I get scared watching them. So there isn't some exclusivity where you either get scared or you love horror movies. I love watching horror movies, and then when I'm up at 3 a.m. because I can't go to sleep because the lights are on, I wonder, why do I do this to myself? But I just keep coming back for more. I cannot get enough of this stuff year round, which is why I love this time of year.
And then now it's become not just like a regular horror movie. It's like different categories of horror movies. Like it's been splintered into these different...
So here's the way I like to think about it is let's just pretend that, OG, you're at home and you're by yourself, all right? So what are you afraid of? Now you have the outside world. You could have slashers. You could have monsters. You could have something attacking you trying to get inside. But then you have the other kind of horror movies where something's already inside the house because you can't see it. Could be a ghost, could be a demon. It could be some other number of things that are there to get you. But the scariest movies for me right now are the found footage ones. We've seen this trend begin with the Blair Witch Project through the Paranormal Activity films where you set up a camera, something goes bump in the night, and you caught it on film, and it freaks you out. Those are the ones that really get me because I live by myself. It's just me and the dog, and if she starts barking at something and nothing's there, that's when I start wanting to call the Ghostbusters.
Oh, seriously. All right, so let's talk about a few of the picks that you have from your Rotten Tomatoes team. We're starting with a classic, head-turning, pea soup. You know what I'm talking about. Linda Blair.
You sound like you're talking about 1973's The Exorcist, which is currently fresh on the tomato meter at 83%. This is the landmark film directed by William Friedkin, based off William Peter Blatty's novel that has demonic possession as the central theme because you have this nice family, you have a mother and a daughter, and something's going wrong with the daughter. And then you mentioned the head spinning and the throwing up, the pea soup, the levitating out of the bed. It's all thanks to this demon Pazuzu. And this is the OG scary movie for me when it comes to demonic possession, when it comes to, I don't know what's going on with this person, but they're scaring me. And I think the film still holds up to this day, which is incredible considering it came out almost 50 years ago, OG. We were so young.
Okay, so I was trying to like close one eye and not see what's going on there because I don't know what's gonna pop up. But next you have Paranormal Activity, which has spawned a few sequels. We have a clip, let's take a peek.
Got a high def camera on. My girlfriend Katie, she thinks there's something in the house, I don't know.
You believe me, right?
Doors are locked, alarm is on. If anything walks through here, it's gonna leave a pretty good footprint.
Did you hear that? Oh my God.
There's footsteps in, but there's no footsteps out.
Are you kidding me, Mark? This is your kind of horror movie, isn't it?
This is my kind of horror movie and also my exact nightmare because I currently have one of those sleep apps on my phone and it records sounds you make while you're sleeping. And so I listen to it in the morning and I'm so worried I'm going to hear some super deep voice commanding me to do something that I don't remember. But that's the greatest of these movies is that these poor people, Micah and Katie, they could be any one of us. You move into a house, you think it's okay, but then something just starts to not add up. That is Toby, who is the demon in the Paranormal Activity franchise.
All right, so it's great that you said it's your nightmare because you picked Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Yes, this is the one for me. It goes all the way back to my childhood. Now, the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise is great, and as you mentioned, I love Freddy Krueger for obvious reasons. He's hilarious. Freddy's the only one of those classic slashers that could have a career in stand-up comedy one day. But Nightmare on Elm Street 3, not only do you have Freddy Krueger, who obviously pops into teenagers' dreams, and that's how he gets them. Who doesn't want to fall asleep? But then you also have this added ghost element where we keep seeing this woman from a distance, and she's a nun. She's wearing the all white. She's got the away nun uniform on, and we don't know if she's there to help us or to hurt us. And the reveal as to who she is at the end, whoo, boy, Nightmare on Elm Street 3. That's a good one. And you get a great soundtrack by metal legends Dokken. It's got everything you want.
Like, look how you're excited about, like, Freddy Krueger. Does not make sense. Like, no, I've never, you're like, oh my God, it's so great. I was too scared to sleep after watching that. By the way, so we have the last two on your list. You have the Ring and The Shining, two completely different movies, correct?
Correct, yeah, because you have one, again, you have those unsuspecting people like in The Ring who just put in this videotape, and lo and behold, now that we've watched it, we have to find somebody else to watch this or else we're going to die in exactly a week from now. But then you have The Shining, where our protagonist, we think, is Jack Torrance, played by Jack Nicholson. But as we wind through that movie, we realize something got into him, and all work and no play has made Jack not necessarily a dull boy like what he types, but a very scary one. And what I love about both The Ring and The Shining are the visuals, the intense visuals that you see, whether it's Samara crawling out of a well, walking through your TV to come get you, or it's the twins, it's the elevator full of blood. And whatever you do, if you ever stay in a hotel room, if they give you room 237, please request another room. If that's the only one they got left, go to another hotel. Trust me on this.
All right, I will. Mark, what's your Instagram account again?
It's at Mark Ellis Live, and for all your scary movie stuff, you can just go to Scare Hub Central at RottenTomatoes.com. They have so many fun lists like the one we just talked about.
All right, so if you want to see, if you like comedy and not horror, go follow him because he's on a comedy tour right now. And for all things movies, horror, whatever genre, RottenTomatoes.com is where you go. Mark, always a pleasure to have you. Thanks for sharing these picks, and happy Halloween.
I miss you, OG. Happy
I miss
Halloween,
you more.
and
Hope to
enjoy
see
the
you
rest
soon.
of that French toast.
In the mail.